Hello, my ladies and pretty gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Look What's Happening in the Spirit Realm with yours truly, Light. Today I have a particular message for those it needs to reach. As you can see by the title, I'm going to start by breaking down why you've been betrayed by domestic life. And I'm going to also investigate this concept of you and how the you has never really applied in your life. You see, a lot of you out there, if you knew who you were, if you knew where you came from, how many rankings you have, whatever the case you want to describe it with your own words, there's a reason why the domestic life betrayed you. There's a reason why you're out of touch with family, you're out of touch with loved ones, where you've even questioned your ability to love or your ability to be a human. And I'm going to go ahead and out on the limb here and say that you aren't. That is because you aren't what you are told you are. You aren't human. You aren't this you. You aren't that. And this is why a lot of the natural order of things, where you get married, you have kids, you do this and that, does not pan out for you. This is why you've been betrayed in so many ways. It's a redirection. And a lot of people aren't going to like me for saying this, but a lot of you aren't even here for this concept of love with somebody else. You are the divine masculine and feminine within a body. You are one with it all. And your goal here is, to some extent, ascension. Your goal here is to reach another level, another layer, to break the ice wall, whatever you want to call it, to break the ceiling that we've been rolling around in here as people, or should I say, rolling around here as beings. And you're here to challenge that, to raise the frequency, so to speak. And it's a mission. It's not like a mission you don't have a life. No. You're just a lot more than partnerships. You're a lot more than family ships. You're a lot more than these things. It doesn't mean these things are less than. It just means you're not cut from that cloth. You're not here to play the same game in the order that it's been played. And so the domestic life has betrayed you. The idea of love and romance has eluded you, almost because your guides, spirits, your ancestors especially, have been in this process of trying to awaken you. Because if we didn't come into this world and get our brain completely washed and forget who we were, we would realize and anchor down everything that we were meant to do in order to evolve our soul and evolve this planet. And we wouldn't consider it a biggie. We wouldn't consider it like fighting, going against the grain. You see, you came here awakened, and I've already made a video about this. And this is why a lot of things failed, that domestic life failed you, because to them, when you were approaching these humans, these people, they were seeing you for maybe a fraction of what you were, but they could sense the other elements. Some of you are ancient, some of you have been kings, who knows? You've been through a lot of processes that have made you so awakened in this dense reality, which is quite frankly nearly impossible for a lot of people to escape the programming. So this is why I don't use the you concept. You are a program. You are that of an oracle, a Neo, in this matrix. And so this is why the domestic life has been something that you've had to try to fit in. And the people that you've approached have also almost felt insulted by you, because they're thinking, what makes this person think they're so good? What makes this person think that, like, how dare they approach me with all this energy about them? Like, what are they trying to get out of me? They almost couldn't trust your intention because of how much you lacked the vision of yourself. The elephant in the room had always been you and your energy and the power that it carries, it emanates. You are I was just going to say, you are a lord, a god, a being, a master. You're supposed to master something here and sort of create a ripple effect. You're not here to muddle in the domestic life, even though that is a section of life that is available to you with another said God, another said master, another said emperor, empress, whatever you want to call it, okay? You're not here that is not the main focus in your life, okay? That's a cherry on top of the cake. And so you've been so hurt and betrayed because you've tried to fit yourself in a smaller box that you've already evolved out of, possibly in other lifetimes if you believe in separate lifetimes. And people that you've entertained have felt like they had to be in competition with you. They felt like they had to eclipse you or slow you down in order to be justified to be in your presence. You've put them in a precarious position. It was almost brutal, like you didn't care about them for even approaching them. There was an element of selfishness that they may have felt coming from you, because you may have desired to comfort yourself in the normal things in life because you feel so out of space, out of place, out of your skin. And you've tried to play human for so long. You've tried to be like a human. Have you stopped to think that they are trying to protect their territory as you try to encroach in what I like to say, the Hens Den? You are like a wolf in sheep's clothing to them. They know you see them, okay? Don't get it wrong. That is why they feel uncomfortable. That is why they feel like they have to go above and beyond to hurt you. It's because they feel like you're being manipulative, like you're being underhanded. Like, what are you trying to achieve here? What's your goal here? You are a program. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. You are a program. We've lived in so many places, in so many experiences. You've, in a way, chosen to be here in some respect. And if we weren't so brainwashed when we stepped out of the portal into this place, we wouldn't be convinced that we had to mimic other people, that we had to play pretend, that we had to tone ourself down, our colorfulness down. That is your mission, is to challenge the reality. You aren't a you are an it, an am, a that. You already embody these concepts. You are able to ingest this amount of light. And so your guide, Spirit, the Most High, had people, in a way, do these things to you in order for you to snap out of it from the amount of pain. You see, your issue isn't withholding love. Your issue is not wanting to see the capacity of your impact, your being, you try to make yourself fit. And this is the thing that has punished you. And because you're not supposed to be in the den, you are supposed to be the one feeding the hens. I am not here trying to be offensive in any matter at all. But you've been wearing a mask, my dear. And this is why you've been approached in such a sideways manner from people, because that is the base instinct kicking in for them when they feel threatened by a predator. You are a predator. We need to come out of this concept of thinking very black and white. you are able to understand the concept of darkness. This is why you're not so scared of your emotions. You're not so scared of the shadow aspects of yourself. And you are here to completely embody that and to set the consciousness of humanity free from guilt. And this is what's keeping us in such a reptilian state of consciousness where we feel like we have to act in such a weird way in order to operate with each other. You see, this is a side note. This is the reason why I wrote the book Sad Girl. In there, you're going to find so many things that might irk you, that might make you feel very uncomfortable, but these are the extreme human emotions. You see, we humans, there's something very unique about us. And this is why we have a very explosive ability to be ultimate gods, ultimate ascended masters that can quicken the fastest to the highest dimensions possible. It's because of the emotions that we are able to embody. Do you know how rare that is? We are quite rare. We can embody such extreme emotions that perplex a lot of beings. They don't quite know what to make of us. In fact, I believe that it's a very interesting thing for demons to mess around with us because the extremity of our emotion is something they can't quite understand, but it's very interesting and entertaining, dare I say, to witness. And you, my dear, there's an element that you have mastered. And for so long, you've tried to play along, right? You've tried to backpedal yourself into other densities that you've already surpassed. Because for whatever reason, loneliness, the feeling that maybe you're wrong, but you never had doubt. I'm not going to break this down into kindergarten levels, but that has been the thing that has eluded you. It's because you've been the elephant in the room. You're not here to wrestle with soulmates and whatever partners and all of that stuff. You see, the minute you let that concept go, you do embody both the elements within you. You are whole and complete, like I've mentioned in my previous videos. You are God. You see, you're here to be a part of the quickening, as I've actually recently come across this video about quickening. I'll put it in the comment section. You are a part of this new earth. And this is why the domestic life has failed you. It's because you are like a pharaoh. You are born to be a path maker. Fam, you better listen. You better listen. This is not for everyone, of course. But there's a level that you are on that is palpable for the rest. You need to know it too. You need to come to terms with it. It is very lonely where you stand because of how much you already embody. You will eventually find the likes of you, but that's not the main concern. The main concern is the evolution, the rising of the consciousness of humanity. You are not what you think you are. And I was gonna say something, I forgot what it was. If I remember it, I'll put it in the comment section. Yeah, I'm going to do that. As usual, everything that you need to know, the email for readings down in the description box, my book in the description box, my social medias in the description box, and as always, I don't reach out to you or text you for anything. That is impersonators, okay? Please don't be scammed. Remember that. These people are exhausting. And